Hi, Josh Taylor, spinning master instructor and former professional bike racer here. In this quick video, I want to talk about how to use intervals in class and how to use our console's interval functionality. Now, doing intervals in a class is really fun. It breaks the class down, it makes it challenging, it gives you things to, kind of shoot for, PRs and goals, and it's also awesome to be able to track things. So if you're trying to break down a ride and you want to see how well you did for a certain amount of time, you can track that if you're doing intervals. And I absolutely love to do that. I can see, hey, how am I doing on my 5-minute peak power, or how am I doing on a 10-minute time trial or 20-minute FTP test, that kind of stuff. That's where that interval functionality really comes into play. And that's where people really see a benefit in the efforts that they do in class, and they get to understand how well they're doing over a given amount of time. So let's kind of break that down on the console and how to use the console's interval section or functionality. So as always, when you start pedaling the bike, the console is going to turn on, and we need to start the timer so that the interval functionality starts to work. So to start the timer, of course, you're going to go ahead and hit the play pause button. That's going to fire up all the averages, and now I can actually use that green section at the bottom to do intervals by hitting the interval button. Now when I hit the interval button, you can see in the top left in that green area, I've got the time of the interval that's currently happening. I've got the interval number right below that. And then in the right side, it'll show me how many calories or kilojoules that I've done over that given amount of time. And the really important one for me, your average watts over that given amount of time. Now, if I hit that interval button again, so I'll do it right at 30 seconds, it will pause that interval. It'll stop the recording of that interval. And that's great so that I can actually see what I did in the last interval. So let's say I'm going to do another interval that's 30 seconds, and I want to try to do as good or better. Then I can reference that before I hit that interval button again, and it clears it and starts that next interval. Now there's also some functionality in here where you can go back and actually see previous intervals. Like if I want to see interval 1 again and what I did, what you need to do is pause the recording. So you're going to hit that center button, and then I can actually hit the interval button and go through all the intervals I've done up to this point. So here it's showing that 30-second interval 1. There's the next one. If I hit it again, it'll go back to interval 1. So if I did, 10 intervals, I could go through all 10. And then to get things rolling again, let's go ahead and hit that play pause button in the center. That fires up the timer again. And then if I want, I can then do another interval by hitting the interval button and then hitting again to clear and start another one. So that's how the interval section works on our console. Really great tool for you as an instructor or a rider to use. And of course, it's going to keep things motivating and fun for you in each and every ride.